This week on InCycle, we catch up with the recent winner of the UCI Women's World Tour's Giro Rosa, Megan Garnier.
It's really special to win, I would say, the women's premier stage race.
We continue with our behind-the-scenes series following Etixx-QuickStep's fortunes at the Tour de France.
It was a very, very hectic final. You had to make a decision in the race. The riders have to make a decision. But today was just a little bit too early.
Kirsten Wild talks about the balance between road and track racing.
I used to think that I was really slow because I never won a sprint.
But first, all the news and gossip at the Tour with our lead-out. On this week's lead-out, replacement bus services, new letters and camouflage. The Tour de France may be a hive of tourism activity, but one team's taken things to a new level, trading in their team bus for a tourist bus.
Pierre, the Tinkoff bus is normally the most easy to spot bus in the race, but you've gone for blue instead of yellow. What's happened?
Yes, it's right. It used to be the easiest bus to see from a mile away, but unfortunately buses break down, so our Tinkoff bus broke down. Apparently a very rare, a very particular piece of electronics inside the gearbox broke down, and it has to be brought from Germany.
And how have the riders coped with this new bus? It doesn't have the same gadgets as your old one.
With patience, you know. Bernard Hinault and Eddy Merckx won many Tour de France's without those buses, so just a couple of days, it's not going to hurt them.
And have you come up with any ideas to get some Tinkoff branding on the side of this bus?
I call all graffiti artists to come and give us a hand. Maybe we can do some creative graffiti on the bus. Maybe paint the 9 riders until we get our Tinkoff bus.
I'm not sure the rental company will be so happy, but...
You never know, they get lots of free advertising.
Riders like to give fans behind-the-scenes access, and for Fortuneo Vital Concepts Vegard Breen, that comes in the form of a daily newsletter.
I wanted to update my followers and friends that's following me, and give my followers some insights and about all the different things we actually experience when we are riding a bike race like this.
And I spotted on this one, it says, no bathroom incidents before meeting the fans today.
Yeah.
Can you talk us through what that means?
I was in the bus and, as usual, I had to go to use the bathroom, and after 30 seconds or so, suddenly they start shouting my names outside the bus really loud and cheering, and obviously I had to go out, but yeah, I was busy. So,
what are some of your favourite anecdotes that you put on these newsletters? Have you got one that stands out?
We start Tourmalet in a bunch, and maybe in 20 position in the wheel of Froome, and I hear he's telling his teammate, "Let's go," and I was like, "No, not now. This is too early. It's still 150 to go, or 100 k's to go to the finish." No. That wasn't wasn't what I was hoping for. I was hoping he would say more like, "Okay, just the easy pace now and let the guys go." But apparently they had a different plan yesterday, and for him it worked out really well.
The Tour often has personalised equipment for its riders, and Geoffrey Soup's bike is a case in point.
Geoffrey, can you tell us about your bike that's behind you here?
It's a new frame to come from Orbea, and it's completely different to the previous generation. It's much lighter. They've improved a lot of aspects. It's a lot more lively, a lot more direct. And the rear of the bike, notably the seat stay, is integrated completely differently and is now part of the rest of the frame.
Can you tell us about the pattern?
Orbea decided to do a camouflage paint job, a spy bike, so that it's very recognizable to the public, and at the same time it conceals the frame's geometry, so that all of it is hidden, but also so that people can really see the frame, and it makes them want to find out more about it.
The Giro Rosa has been a goal, ever since I knew about women's cycling. I remember, I think, reading on the internet before I was racing about this women's 10-day race in Italy, and I said that would be a really cool race to do. And that the leader wears a pink jersey, and it hasn't happened overnight. Every year has been a bit of a learning curve. The first time I wore pink was last year, and I had the jersey for 6 days. And after losing the jersey this year, I wanted to make sure I crossed that final finish line on the 10th day with the jersey on my back. Last year I had it in the time trial, and then I lost a minute to Anna van der Breggen last year, and she took over the jersey, and that crushed me. So going into this year, I had the pink jersey again, very similar scenario. But at the end of the day, you can only go out and do the best you can. So last year I was crushed, but I couldn't ask for anything more. And that you just have to learn to accept that that's bike racing. And then after getting through this year with the time trial, that's when it sunk in. I wouldn't have done it without my teammates. They were there supporting me every step of the way. And Danny Stam saw somebody that might be able to win the Giro Rosa a few years ago, and here we are. It was emotional. There's a lot of tension with it. There's a lot of pressure. And especially after having the moment last year when you did your very best effort. It's 10 days, and it's 10 grueling days. Whether it's the actual terrain or the heat or any of the other factors. It's a hard race, and you have to be able to adapt and do it all. And so when you say you want to win the Giro, that needs to happen years before I think that dream can be realized. I think the Giro is a really important race for women's cycling because it showcases almost every kind of talent. You have your sprint stages, you have your climbing stages, you have your all-around stages, you have your prologues and time trials, and we never get to see that back to back to back. And also, it just shows the strength of women. That we can do this 10 days. We could do it longer if we had the opportunity. And I think it's also a very exciting time in our sport because you have all of these women who are super strong, and it's an exciting race. You can't predict what's going to happen, and I think that's really exciting for the fans, and it keeps all of the competitors on their toes every day. It's never over until it's over. You need to cross the line. Anything can happen in bike racing. And you need to hold your focus until you cross the line and you've done it. Yeah, so for me, when I crossed the line and I still had that pink on my back and then could celebrate with my teammates is when I realized that I did it. I don't think I ever get sick of popping champagne. So it can go as long as it needs to go. It's incredible to be up there with the pink jersey and popping that final bottle of champagne. Today I actually got to be on the podium with my teammates. Yeah, it's just so special. I love racing in Italy, and to have taken the Maya Rosa home. Maybe I'll sleep in it tonight, I don't know.
So Megan Garnier would hold on to take victory with a 34-second advantage over her teammate Evelyn Stevens and last year's winner Anna van der Breggen. It would also see her keep a firm grip on the UCI Women's World Tour's leader jersey with 886 points, 341 points clear of her Boels-Dolmans teammate Lizzie Armistead.
I used to think that I was really slow because I would never win sprints until I got to at home. We had a DS Wim Cruise, and he said, go sprint against Martine Spijkerman. She was the big sprinter at the time, and I could follow her pretty easily, so then I thought, I might be fast myself. After that, I got the opportunity to sprint for myself, and then I finished third, so he said, well, you can sprint. From that moment on, I put focus on sprinting.
After initially doubting her sprinting capabilities, Kirsten Wild has established herself as one of the best in the business, with huge success on the track, including claiming the Scratch World Championship title in 2015. The Almelo native splits her time between the track and her first taste of cycling, the road.
I started on a road bike. My father had a road bike and it was hanging nicely in the garage all the time and I could only look at it. My brother started to mountain bike and I thought that was interesting as well. I already liked to ride my bike and have a very competitive mindset, so I decided that's something I'd want to do. So I started to ride my road bike. Where I used to live, there was no track, so that's why I started on the road. After that, I realised track races existed and now I am both. Well, the Olympia's tour passed my hometown, and we always went there to watch it. I replaced my chair next to the parkour, so that was basically my first introduction to cycling. Big names? I've never really been a big fan of someone. Well, Arenda Grimberg. She was a female cyclist who lived close to me. I really liked that, and I was a fan of hers.
With world and national titles on the track, Wild has also been a force on the road, with 4 overall wins at the Tour of Qatar, including 10 stage wins and 2 GC wins at the Tour of Chongming Island. That brings with it its own challenges, balancing both disciplines being made even harder with the Rio Olympics just round the corner.
I've done this already for a long time now, and I switched from road to track and back, so I'm used to that. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that you have to add some extra endurance training in your program, because track is short with high intensity. So add some endurance and it will be okay. However, I think I have a big advantage that I ride the Omnium in Rio. That means endurance and sprint. Qatar was also sprint and endurance, so I think it's going to be a great combination. You really have to look at rest times and race times, so if you race a lot, you need a lot of rest. Luckily, I have a fantastic trainer at the Dutch Cycling Union. Jaap-Jan Bastian helps me with that. But the team also has to support you in that, because the road program is also focused on Rio, so sometimes you have to skip races. I didn't ride the Tour of Flanders, but on the other hand, I did ride in California, and there is a lot of thought put into it, and we sat together to see what fits and what doesn't. The big risk is that you ride track all winter, straight into the road season, and then Rio, so there is a lot of rest in between.
After many years as a professional, Wild's career has had many highs, but with the nature of professional sport, there have also been lows, with Wild battling back more than once from serious injury.
I think my best years were with the Cervelo test team. We had a very strong team then. Everything came together. We won races and I won races. That was really cool. That was in 2009-2010. Then I moved to AA Drink, and pretty early in the season I broke my elbow, and it took me pretty much all season to get back. So that was a negative year for me. Nothing really lined up. I never won anything. After that, I went to the Olympics for the first time, so 2012 was a good year. 2013, I broke my shoulder, so again a lesser year where I had a hard time with injuries. Although, considering it all, 2013 and 2014 were pretty good years at Giant Shimano.
En ik denk eigenlijk dat al met al 2013 en 2014 ook toch nog wel heel goede jaren waren bij Giant Shimano. Yeah, Hitech was for mij wel...
Hitech was a serious choice for me in the first place because they offered me a great road program. It's a great team, professional team to ride for. But they also gave me the opportunity to ride track and focus on Rio, and that was really important for me. You don't get that chance very often, so that was good.
Heel vaak en ja, dat is gewoon prettig.
To be honest, I never imagined when I was young to even do the tour, and now I do it in one of the best teams in the world, and we have people in the team who can fight every day for a stage win. So that's really huge. That's really something I always dreamed of, and I was looking forward to, and it's I'm really grateful I can have this experience.
The story of Etixx-QuickStep's Tour de France with our behind-the-scenes access with the team continues this week as we focus on 3 Tour rookies. The Czech national champion, Petr Vakoč, A Frenchman tipped for future success, maybe even as Grand Tour leader Julien Alaphilippe, and the 33-year-old first-timer Ilho Kesa.
It was a very, very hectic final. You had to make a decision in the race. The riders have to make a decision. But today was just a little bit too early. They just had to wait a little bit longer, especially as a sprinter. If you go in the lead, you take also a lot of wind. If you can come from behind, you're a little bit longer protected. And that sometimes makes the difference between still having acceleration or just die already before the sprint. It's one of those sprints. I mean, normally they do it 8 out of 10 good. Today wasn't. Let's look at the images with the guys and learn from it.
Yeah, we have now 3 very long stages in a row, and you can already feel it after 4 or 5 days that guys are getting a little bit tired, and you also see the faces during the race and the stories after the race. They get wilder and wilder. Everybody is 100% focused and not giving 1 centimeter for free. It's like elbows with razor blades on, and everybody opens them constantly. The fight starts in neutralization and finish at the bus.
C'est extrêmement serré. Brian Coquard, Marcel Kittel, Brian Coquard, c'est extrêmement serré.
Live with you at the end of stage 4. We've just seen Marcel Kittel take his first stage victory of this Tour de France. Behind us you can see Tony Martin once again put in a fabulous amount of work.
I'm very, very happy about the win today because it's first of all, it's the longest day in the Tour de France. It's not an easy sprint at the end with an uphill finish. 500 meters, 4-5% is normally not what is my favorite finish. But the team really, really believed in it today. We talked yesterday about our work that we do in the final, how we have to stay together after it didn't work so well in the first days. And everyone got the message, everyone got new confidence, and everyone really believed also in our plan and followed it. And I think with that victory we really also showed that we learned from our mistakes, that we stay cool now, and I guess this gives the team a big boost.
Cheers to you guys. Cheers to you. Zicke, zacke, zicke, zacke. Zicke, zacke, zicke, zacke. Zicke, zacke, zicke, zacke.
It's really good to have the white jersey for the Tour de France. It's something special, but it's a lot of pleasure for me to take this jersey. It's really good. I heard a lot of time my name on the road, so it's really warm for myself and for my heart. I like the support of my fans, and it's something really special for me. So I really want to say thank you to everybody, and also to all the supporters of the team.
relâcher. Incroyable.
Adam Yates take a small advantage on the climb, so I lost my jersey for 1 second, but I'm not disappointed. It's already a really great week, and I'm really happy.
Okay, we're going to change the strategy with Julian and not riding for the classification. We have Daniel Martin there, and also the first week was very hard for him, and he's a French rider, and we not need to give him too much pressure.
182 à la Philippe, Etixx-QuickStep opération de nombre 7.
Okay, so Alaphilippe, he went across. Alaphilippe went across.
Tu veux du lot ou... Ah, ça c'est du lot, ça c'est normal.
The mountains doesn't make it really harder. It's like harder in a different way, but it's not too different from the flat stages. We just go fast before the break goes. There is a big fight for the break, and then yeah, you just hold on as long as possible in the mountains.
It's different. It's a big difference with any other race I've done so far. To everything what I say or ask or do, they say it's the Tour. That's the answer to every question. So it's special. It's hectic. It's stressful. It's fast. It's hard. It's the Tour.
That's all for this week. Join us next time. But until then, keep up to date with us on social media.